What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Amazing Bacon Games. Today we're going to be looking at 5 games to expect in January 2020. But don't worry, if I don't get to your game in today's episode, I'm dropping these chronologically in the order that they come out. So, in a later edition of this series, I will be covering that game that you've been looking for and trying to find out more information about. Before we get started, any likes, shares, comments, or anything like that, I truly appreciate. So if you guys would be willing to give me a shout out, help me out, let me know suggestions down below of games that you would like to see featured in the future. Again, I would truly appreciate that. But without any further ado, let's get right into this list and let's get started. First up, we've got AO Tennis 2 by Big Ant and Big Ben Interactive. This game is going to be available on January 9th, available for the PC. I know some of you guys have probably already heard of this game, and there's a good reason why. It's because it made its debut in early 2019 on consoles, but they're just now getting around to porting it and putting it out on PC, so for a lot of players, this is going to be like a new game. This game was designed and created by pro tennis players for pro tennis players, and you can create players, stadiums, matches, all the legendary moments that as a fan of tennis you may or may not have experienced in your life, or maybe you're just wanting to look back at some of those retro moments that you've heard about. Your goal is to become the #1 tennis player in the world. And if you're a fan of tennis, this is definitely a game that you want to check out because it looks good, it plays well, it sounds good, and it looks like it's hitting on every bit of that court that they're trying to recreate. Make sure you check out AO Tennis 2. Second, we're looking at Monster Hunter World, Iceborne. It's available January 9th on PC, and it's made by the legendary game studio Capcom. This was released on consoles in September of 2019, and again, it's just now making its port onto PC. If you're a PC gamer, make sure you check this out, because this is technically an expansion on the original Monster Hunter World, but this is bigger than most games themselves. It has an all-new story, has all new enemies, all new locations, and a new difficulty master rank. After you've completed all that, and you've really made sure that you've built up your hunter as good as you possibly can, you're going to really get to test it whenever you go against the new flagship monster, Velkhana. If you're a big fan of the Monster Hunter World and the Monster Hunter franchise, then make sure you check this one out. This is Monster Hunter World Iceborne, and it's available on PC January 9th. Third up, we have Orangeblood by Greyfax Software and Playism. Available on January 14th on the PC. They will be working on a console release later that they haven't announced any dates. This is an indie darling. It's a turn-based RPG that's set in Okinawa. This is all about the 90s hip-hop, the relaxing, the chilling, and kicking it with your friends, and that's all your responsibility is until one day you have to fight. You get control of 4 kawaii warriors and their loyal dog as you fight and gun and kick and explode your way through this recreated bright and bronzed world of Okinawa. If you are a fan of retro, top-down, digitized games, make sure that you check out Orangeblood when it hits on January 14th. Coming up fourth on this list, we have Lightmatter. It's a PC exclusive from Tunnel Vision Games and Asper. This is a dark, engaging puzzle game where shadows will kill you and light is your best friend. This game stars David Bateson. Many of you guys may know him as Agent 47 from the Hitman series, or from a lot of his other work that he's done in narration and poetry and a lot of other projects. This is a big grab for the guys over at Asper. He's going to be playing the main antagonist, the CEO Virgil. Make sure in this game that you're working smarter and not harder, because you have to plan 2, 3, 4 steps ahead to make sure that you're able to stay in the light and stay away from that darkness, because around every corner it could be your end. If you're into suspenseful, new style gameplay, make sure you check out Lightmatter when it drops for the PC on January 15th. If you're a big fan of vintage style side scrollers, make sure you check out Super Crush KO by Vertex Pop. This game is set in the very near future, where being bright, looking good, kicking butt is all that matters. You've got to deal with an apocalyptic AI that's coming down to end the world. Create massive combos, make larger explosions, and make sure you're taking care of everything in a game that reminds me of Beautiful Joe in the way that it's drawn, designed, and the way everything is presented This is going to be a game that vintage game lovers will really truly love. Make sure you check out Super Crush KO when it drops January 16th on the PC and the Switch. Alright guys, that's the first 5 games that we're going to be looking at whenever January comes around. That's not too far away, so stay with me. I'll keep highlighting games to expect in January 2020. And until next time, I just wanted to remind you guys that no matter what you're going through, you're important to somebody. Your health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and everything is not only important to me, but several people around you. So make sure if you're having any issues, if you're having any trouble, that you're reaching out, because you are special to somebody. You may feel like you're nothing or feel like days where you're worthless, but I promise you have worth in the eyes of somebody. That if you're feeling those feelings, if you're thinking those thoughts, that you're taking them seriously and not letting them burrow down deep and create a crevice inside you before it gets out of control. There's people out there that want to help, that are there for you, that love you. Don't turn away their help when you really need it. There's no shame in accepting that you need help sometimes. We all get knocked down, but the most important part is how we stand back up. I just want you to know today that you're loved, you're cared for, and you mean something to somebody. So don't give up. Today can be the first day of a better beginning. Thank you for joining me today, guys. I'm the Amazing Bacon. I'll talk to you guys later.